understanding about spirituality on a far deeper level. Now, this led me to meeting greater teachers of spirituality over the years. And I've had many, many masters that I used to sit around and have a chat and discuss spirituality, which really drove me to pursue the path of Kiatsu, which Gogen Sensei had initially introduced, and today I teach Kiatsu on 4 levels. I did more than that in developing SMA, which is Spirit Mind Awareness, and Spirit Mind Awareness is about discovering yourself in terms of spirit, understanding your own mind. This false recognition that we are the mind is incorrect, and this is what I try to do in my meditation, to teach people that we're not the mind or the body, and the body, as we know, is only a food bag, right? So it starts from a single cell and it grows into a big balloon called the physical body, right? Now, the more you eat, the bigger you become, right? The less you eat, the smaller you become. So, but the real truth about the matter is we are spirit, and that spirit is love. We are all love. We are all love beings. Only thing, people misunderstand love, and they drive themselves downwards into animalistic behavior and even demonic behavior. So my thought is drive yourself upwards towards cosmic level and divine level. So that's a brief introduction about myself, and I'm happy to answer any questions that come forward.
Wonderful, Hanshi. Thank you so much for sharing. So you really have a lot of wisdom to share with our listeners today, and we'd really love for you to have a chat about souls and different levels of souls. We've got new souls, old souls, young souls, mature souls, teacher souls, and master souls. And if you could give us a bit of an idea of your philosophy around that, that would be wonderful.
Right. It'll be an absolute pleasure to do this, because it will make people understand things on a deeper level. Now, I just want to say something here in regards to my wisdom, and thank you for the compliment, but it isn't my wisdom alone. What I do is different, and many people around the world do the same kind of thing. And what it is it's called tuning into the spirit, right? The source of our, from where we've all come from. So I don't teach anything from my mind, right? The mind is such a small cubicle, it's not funny, it knows very little. So if I teach something from the mind, this conversation will end in five minutes. So what I share is from the source. As the information comes through, I then channel it, and I feel really blessed to be an instrument of the divine, sharing this wisdom that really belongs to the divine and not to me. So I'm happy to share any questions on this. Now, going back to your question about the various soul levels, right? When we first emerge as a human being from a journey that precedes human life, which I talk about in my SMA, we entered this world in a way that we are not fully accomplished as a human being. So which means the natures of a previous existence, a previous life form, is still embedded in our soul, which means that we then behave in ways that is not fully developed as a human person. And this is regarded to as a new soul. So a new soul is a soul that has just entered the human dimension. Now, many people out there do believe in this, which is reincarnation. So the soul has to go back to where it's come from and re-enter in another body. So it has a number of bodies. in and out. So it spends an entire lifetime, say 80 years, and then it goes away, it passes away through whatever means, and it comes back as a human person again, over and over. So a new soul is a soul that has had half a dozen lifetimes, that is still grasping what it is to be human. So it makes mistakes, it makes errors, it causes trauma, it causes problems, it causes difficulties, it causes conflict. So the law of karma takes precedence, which means that when the soul has done incorrect things to other people, it has to learn the lesson. So how else can it learn the lesson? It doesn't just end up in hell and suffer forever till eternity. It has to suffer the same lessons as a human being. So the greatest lesson is when we're in the human self, not in some other dimension where you don't have a body. So if you have a body and you have decapitated somebody else, so in your next existence, you have to go through that experience of what it means to feel what you've done to another being. If you have blinded somebody in a previous existence and you are born as a human, you have to know what it is to be in that. I am not saying that everybody that has a disability has created this, but I'm saying in most of the instances, it is that. Some incidents, of course, is caused by freak of nature. Accidents happen, people have these misfortunes. So misfortune is not something that is a divine doing. A misfortune is something